Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering SushiSwap, but before I do, I'd appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's get into this video. So what is SushiSwap? So SushiSwap is an automated market maker, otherwise known as AMM. So what this means, it is a decentralized exchange which uses smart contracts to create markets for any given pair of tokens. So Sushi was essentially created as a clone/fork of Uniswap, which is another decentralized exchange. So guys, I've jumped straight onto CoinMarketCap. As you guys can see, they're doing pretty well, especially when this has been already launched just last year. So it's currently 67, so it's in top 100. I will be going over the platform today as well. As you guys can see, in terms of price, it is just over that $9.60. Currently down 5.26%. In terms of the market cap, as you guys can see, it is over that 1.2 billion. Circulating volume is over that 267 million. In terms of circulating supply, guys, just remember they do have a max supply of 250 million, and the currently circulating supply is fulfilled by 51%. So just be aware of that as well. Going down over the chart, I will be breaking down the long term and short term as well. But as you guys can see, of the launch, it did go up to that $10 mark. I'm pretty sure a lot of people bought there, but fair enough, it did actually do a 2x since then, so that is just something to look out for. In terms of where after that, it has been circulating underneath that $5 mark for quite some time until it surged up to that $20 mark, and it has tapped in $20 mark twice actually. So after that, it has been circulating on that $9 mark. So just going down in terms of where you guys can buy it, best place being on Binance if you want to hold it long term, or Huobi or Coinbase exchange. So those ones are good as well, but as I said before, this is an exchange as well, a decentralized one, so you could actually pick up these tokens on the platform itself. So I'm just going to be going over that now. Just jump straight onto the Sushi platform website. So as you guys can see, be a DeFi chef with Sushi. Swap, earn, stack yields, lend, borrow, leverage, all in one decentralized community driven platform. Welcome home to DeFi. So I will be entering in a bit. So as you guys can see, this current Sushi price that I did mention already is $9.80. Total liquidity is 3.53 billion. Total volume is just under that 84 billion, and the total pairs is over 1,300. So guys, you go, I will be checking out all of this for you guys now as well, but it just gives you an insight of what it is. Jumping straight onto the Sushi platform website, as you guys can see, this is the yield farming. So as you guys can see, there is an APY of the max at the moment is around 300%, but as you guys can see, there is a lot here. So the top one being Ethereum with ALCX, and other ones such as Uni and Dialink, Aave with Dialink as well, and so on. So what you guys need to know with all these liquidity pools and yield farming, all that sort of stuff with this as well, it is a risk. So especially with the fluctuation of prices, if the price of the pairs go down, so does your interest and your price of what you got it as well. So you just need to know you can lose money, and it's not even guaranteed that you can pull your money out whenever you want, especially when there's not enough liquidity in there. It will be quite risky. So for example, if everyone wants to sell at one go, it might be difficult for you to actually take your money out. So just something to look out for, especially when you're looking into these liquidity farm yields. So guys, I just jumped onto Cashi, which is the lending/borrowing aspect of the SushiSwap platform. So as you guys can see, you can lend and borrow multiple different pairs in order to get an interest rate. So as you guys can see, you could get a different sort of APRs with this as well. You can lend and you can borrow as well. So as you guys can see, if you want to borrow your Uni token, for example, you'll be able to get a 0.25 APR. So if you want to do something like another like Uni token here, 0.25 USDC, you'll be able to get a 16.78% return on your borrowings. So that's one thing to look out for as well. And finally guys, this is your maximum yield by staking Sushi for Sushi. So if you want to put your money into a liquidity pool, you'll be able to get Sushi tokens as well. So as you guys can see, for every swap on the exchange, on every chain, 0.05% of the swap fees are distributed as Sushi proportional to your share of the Sushi bar. When your Sushi is staked into Sushi bar, you receive X Sushi in return. So you'll be able to get these Sushi tokens as well, and especially when the Sushi token prices go up, your Sushi token goes up as well. So staking APR is currently 8.34%. It is good to match with what you have good up there. So guys, this is just 3 of the aspects that is implemented within Sushi platform. It is good to take a look as well, but just note guys, I did mention it is a risk, especially with these sort of decentralized apps, so just take a look into it. I've just jumped onto the Miso IDO. So as you guys can see, this is the platform. It is pretty simplistic in terms of easy to use. Jumping onto what it is, so as you guys can see, Miso stands for Minimal Initial Sushi Swap Offering. Start your sushi experience with a nice hot Miso. So Miso is a suite of open source smart contracts created to ease the process of launching a new project on the SushiSwap exchange. Miso aims to drive new capital and trade to the exchange by increasing the attractiveness of SushiSwap as a place of token creators and communities to launch new projects. We aim to create a launchpad for both technical and non-technical projects founders that will allow communities to launch projects access to all options they need for secure and successful deployment to the SushiSwap exchange. So it's a platform where new projects are able to jump on here in order to get recognized and to be launched onto the SushiSwap exchange. So as you guys can see here as well, the suite of contracts dubbed for our ingredients are divided into the following groups: so tokens, market, liquidity, fermentation, and farm produce. So as you guys can see, this is how the Miso exchange works. So it is pretty insightful in terms of what it is. I will leave the link below so you guys can take a look at this as well. So in terms of upcoming news, there was 2 tweets that was tweeted by Trace Network and a Trace Network saying, "We're thrilled to announce Trace Network IDOs on SushiSwap Miso Launchpad on June 5th, 2021. And also a Trace team is excited to announce A-Trace IDOs which will take place on SushiSwap Miso platform on June 19th. So what IDOs are initial DEX offerings. So there are tokens that represent any type of assets hosted on a decentralized exchange called DEX. An IDO is when a project launches on a token through decentralized liquidity exchange. So with these two being joined onto the Miso launchpad, it will give more of an indication of who SushiSwap is. So it just gives more of an insight of what it does. So hopefully this will help boost the price up as well. So guys, what everyone's been waiting for, the price analysis. So guys, I will be giving you a long term and a short term in terms of price analysis. So as you guys can see, this is a long term projection what I think will be happening with Sushi. So as you guys can see, I am on the monthly time frame at the moment. I did label out this Fibonacci level here. So as you guys can see, it has been rejecting the 61.8 level for quite some time. So as you guys can see, around this month it nearly tapped in and sort of rejected in between. This one fully went through, nearly rejecting the 78.6 level, and then went back in. So as you guys can see, it did tap in here, and it has been creating some sort of support around here. So if it does create support here and stabilize around the 61.8 level, I do see this sort of projection happening. As you guys can see, I did pencil in sort of bullish candles here just to give you guys a bit of a heads up if this does play out. So it does look like a perfect retracement to that 61.8 level back towards the all-time high around that $23 mark. If not, it might actually reject this and then go back down, rejecting these level of fibs. Might even tap into this resistance level here, as you guys can see, around that $7 mark. So just guys, this is just my playing out. So it might work, it might not. This is just a projection of why I think it long term. So if it does hold up in terms of long term, hopefully a bullish candle in the next month, stabilizing this 61.8 level, and then going on towards the all-time high again. In terms of short term, I have labeled it out here. So I've jumped onto the daily now. As you guys can see, I did label out this resistance level here around that $23 mark, and a support level around here around that $9.70. So what I do see happening, as you guys can see, there is a trend over here as well. It did tap in once, twice, possibly a third time if it does break the support, and then creating support here and then going back towards $9.70, and then back towards the resistance is around $17, $16, and $18. So that's why I think either will create a strong level of support. As you guys can see, created a lots of supports around here. So either it will stabilize this level around the $9.70, going back towards around that $23, which was the all-time high, or breaking it and going towards this trend around here, touching it third time, creating support, and then going back up towards those highs. So guys, that is my long-term and short-term projection. Let me know what you guys think. If you love this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.